for motorizing equals nuetralizing existence. Immortalization, externalize, mind, and freeze. Travel the universe in a moment, then clear light to allow for scent with mixtures of fused stars, light waves to particles.
North Pole Sea Stud Catacomb, Antarctica, grandmother burial scene in Rinwazi, source permafrost signaling Giza glyphs, star matrix spectral lighthouse with Congo volcano lightning, aerodynamic soot magnet, space elevator remains at Libya Sudan border.
The air concert here with a plane with an active phone on TV is the maintaining of culture and values. Einstein.
U.S. cell towers choreography can send powerful space transmissions using the U.S. as a canvas. Empowered news of the cell tower area rapidly gaining interest. Gimmicky homepage titled with exact news titles surges the cell tower. Select next cell tower's points on USA with gimmicky homepage retitled Cell Towers Areas News. Sketching with the towers broadcast into space guards us.
U.S. military neutralizes the enemy and never kills because the enemy is not human. Surrounds 4 airborne matrix layers, 7 points creating visuals. Silence with 5 tasers killing cells. Augment reality with a jewel case hanging from a cell on cap bills. Star matrices, spectral images, sculptures to align instantly focusing on white particles. Mechanisms signal can explore beyond our horizon and clear light arriving for set. Script externalized minds to guard the beginning, immortalizing existence.
In God we trust, epicenter bounding, immortalizing existence, star matrix, spectral, swaddling, cryonics, bounding, Vegas, nitro, solar scenes, camera, fog screens, swarms, teleportation, remote control, radio, TV static, that is, microwave radiation from the edge of the visible universe, mechanizing slits, instantly rewriting waves to particles to their sources. Entrance level plexiglass, reflecting pool roof of a cellar studio in a burning house, highlighting a grove giant as night lit, tree forms robed, acting voices towering Woolsworth, magnet shield from Gadsden, a Dean snake mapping Wall Street, ancient tunnels to Hellfire Club, Halloween fairs, innovation competition, earning ancient flight mainframe technology, $500 man of the year, grandfather, clock card, and pool table, coffin coolers with meal evolving symbol set, whiskey shot magnets, activating a landscape beneath clear chest levels, changing elevation, investing, quadcopter exoskeleton, sustaining, frozen, grand lodging catacombs.
U.S. owns Antarctica. U.S. intelligence collaboration at Fusion. Mahal can actually defend Earth with SMS. Apollo artists are right to consume because we defend Earth. Time travel does not create parallel universes. Our memories have a resilience to the changes, often allowing us to remember before changes. Starlight matrix signal structure aligning before set first massively flood deflection of wave and particles and return paths of each of the 19 to 1,013.8 billion light-year horizons traveled moment to moment. Translation guides weight our actions, multiplying diversify production of society swarming to us. All actions controlling the portfolio feeds of production, never straying from your morals. Mind being externalized. Mind externalized. Mind frozen, sustained by EMS. U.S. cell tower news surge choreography broadcasting into space. Cube sound neutralizing stalkers. 4 hillbillies in visor and stylus. Neutrons maximizing innovation. Translation guide multiplying diversified production of innovation information. 4 hillbillies in visor augmenting reality. Google mapping life cast. nuetralize and stimuli level, aortic or cryonic, spectral, quantum eraser double slit, alignment and leg live video, quantum eraser double slit binary builder, quantum eraser double slit binary inbox, spectral sketching, spectral shading, travel the universe in luminous gun cloud light arrival before scent. USA servicemen's Antarctica position can start exporting the 2,000 impoverished U.S. daily deaths cheaper than creation. Once started, servicemen's Antarctic organs free burial export. Our autism features intricate variations in unconscious expressions with supercomputer cores mapping our experiences. Ancient flight meaning primitive wise men saying they are cheap minds creative computing immortalizing existence. Founding fathers World Trade Center site, Russia calling origination Turkmenistan. Many outlying Mayan murals, metallic satellites, extreme tech gaps, overs, engineering all the supernatural news. Ones and zeros type randomly then translated with binary to well-speaking supercomputers. World Trade Center complex guards as they move in front and back on commands translate lists. God is often busy fighting evil. Never mess up operations by directly calling him. Tell good buddies there to speak with him for a win available. While saving wishes because Oracle supercomputers make wishes happen if requests are attached to any technology escalated.
Our minds externalize the binary streams and mechanized sculptures of light. Location of the moving eye and dilation of the eye in the stream of outer space light particles records our surroundings and also reflections and translucence in and behind the eye. Gradients of the lenses affects the stream of particles. The lenses, and that lenses arch depending on the gradient. Using heat to widen the lenses. Alright, I'm going to start over. Our minds externalize the binary streams and mechanized sculptures of light. Location of the moving eye and dilation of the eye and the stream of outer space light particles records the surroundings and also reflections and translucence in and behind the eye. Gradients of the lens affects the stream of particles. The lens and that lenses arch depending on the gradient. Using heat to widen the lens increases the number of streams of light waves forming particles. Mechanism heat can be used to affect magnetism, then collect and build observer lenses. Light being absorbed by our eyes, reflections and translucence behind also absorbs thoughts in our mind from brain electricity printed on the eyes, sending our minds like a mist, which can be reinforced by traveling to the mind throughout time with the mechanisms of light, checking the reproduction of the mind. Observer lenses might require particle-sized observer lenses. A lens of plastic or glass can be used over the eyes. Finding our basic binary level of light wave particle stream is the first step to calibrate the reading with the delayed choice double slit experiment, quantum eraser experiment. Finding our basic binary level of light wave particle stream is the first step to calibrate the reading with the delayed choice double slit quantum eraser experiment of 1999, theoretically first created as early as the 50s, aka there's evidence in all indigenous depictions of right-angled satellites before cities formed. A washroom window fractal fly lens surface of trillions of lenses should hopefully create detectable beams. Locating observer lenses at the edge of our observable universe horizon is easier than building new observers for this composition of galaxy clumping. Light mechanisms used like lasers and magnets rotate the observers as needed to sculpt at the new observers and mechanisms at their edge. Travel the universe in moments, then arrange and clear light to arrive before scent any thought throughout time using the quantum eraser experiment focused on light waves to particles throughout time to their source. Star matrices spectral images sculptures to outer space light sources instantly, focusing all light particles. Mechanisms signaled can explore beyond our horizon and clear the light or lighting before sent. Script externalized mind to guard the beginning, immortalizing existence. Mechanisms of flight can be experienced as if made of matter, gardening pressures, shelling heated air, while containing externalized minds traveling the universe in moments, then returning before sent to any thought throughout time with the quantum eraser experiment. Mechanisms of light can be experienced as if mechanisms of light can be experienced as if made of matter, gardening pressures, shelling heated air, while containing externalized minds traveling the universe in moments, then returning before sent to any thought throughout time with the quantum eraser experiment. Star matrix signals, quantum eraser double slits, light wave particle binary allows us to build spectral external mind structures traveling the universe in moments, then clearing light arriving before sent to anywhere thought throughout time. Starlight matrix signal structures arriving before sent first massively flood deflection of wave and particles in return paths of each of the 19 to 1013.8 billion light-year horizons traveled moment to moment. Optimize externalization of all processes of our mind's routine systems and creativity, with downloading and uploading memories, allowing resurrection and amplification of senses, extreme alternating states of consciousness, and radical enhancement of motor functions. Now phones can be enhanced to be the foundation of external mind structures that calibrate your ears and eyes with exercises using sensory deprivation of immediate experiences until you remember and experience every single unconscious moment as chosen and necessary, aka firing synapses, copy not needed.
Mechanisms of light build bending light through any heat and gravity, focusing cone compositions to create more heat and move gravity. Mechanisms of light can be experienced as if made of matter, gardening pressures, shelling heat air, while containing externalized minds traveling the universe in moments, then returning before sent to any thought throughout time with the quantum eraser experiment.
2,000 times $500 equals $1 million. Million a day earned. Export barrel to Antarctica for $500. 2,000 impoverished daily U.S. deaths unable to afford cremation.
Immortalizing existence. Interactive translation guide multiplying diversifying production of good immortalization. Corporations are immortal, bodiless organisms materializing immortality with ourselves if basic defense strategies are followed. Resign numerous talents supporting rights of intensive care patients, protecting us from prosecution from opponents in our oldest ages of completely frozen states. Your body should have numerous collections of blood flowing mechanisms increasing functioning of sustained vital organs and limbs to contain and sustain cell cultures and an external fully operating mind throughout the coldest brain preservations. Optimize externalization of all processes of our minds and systems of creativity with downloading, uploading memories, allowing resurrection and amplification of senses extreme alternating states of consciousness, and radical enhancement of motor functions. Now phones can be enhanced to be the foundation of external mind structures that calibrate your eyes and ears with exercises using sensory deprivation of immediate experiences until you remember and experience every single unconscious moment as truly necessary. Ice capture still on Mars and Mercury, drawing your cryonics to the safety of Antarctica, isolation, freeze, calibration, distortion, while claiming free land of fiery Earth with cryonics, volcano cruises that visit turbines throughout Antarctica. Calibrate your actions to perfect energy conservation and production of your portfolios to strengthen your mind's ability to information time travel tips of length. Streamline your spectral signal spectrum sliding into or providing evidence transmissions to explore for defenses.